Okay, we're recording. So really, I just wanted to get together tonight to talk about the team challenge group. So you guys are all actually pretty new. So some of you, Lauren, have you had a challenge group yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, so it's your first group. Domingo, have you had one?
I'm in the middle of one.
In the middle of one.
Or like a week into it.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And Erin, are you running one yet?
Yes, I'm a week into my first one.
Perfect. Okay. So what we're doing in April is instead of everyone doing individual ones, which is definitely still an option, and those that aren't participating are just doing the usual individual groups. But this one is mostly just a team group. And it's going to be cool because all of us will be participating, meaning that when it's not your day to host, you should be commenting on the post and working out and following it. And I did one of these when Insanity Max 30 came out. And it was, I think it started out with 4 coaches. And then we added our friends and family who also got Insanity Max 30 into the group. And since we were all doing the same program, and since there were coaches in there, it was super interactive. We actually got a lot of coaches out of the group from those that just signed up for the program because they saw how engaged we were and how much fun it could be. So it will be similar to that, except in April, I think that we should let anyone join with any program because there hasn't been a brand new one released. And as you know, everyone can do a different program based on their goals. So I thought we can just talk about a few things. And if you guys have questions, just let me know and I can stop and go into more detail. But this is like the first official team group challenge group that I've ever done. So I'm going to be figuring it out with you guys. So I'm thinking that we can start April 20th because for those of you guys that are 1 week in, then that gives you, I think you might finish that week or you might coincide. So that first week you might have 2 groups. And depending on the total number of people who are interested, then I think we'll either have 1 group or 2 groups. Right now there's only 3 of you on the call. So if it's just us, we can do 1 group, but there's a few others. And I think we can have like 4 to 5 coaches per group just because that can give us at least each of us can get experience promoting a group and posting the groups and all of that. And then if we do split up into 2 groups, each group can just talk on their own about how they want it structured. In terms of like every coach, maybe if there's 4 people, a coach can have 1 week. So you can post for 7 straight days, or you can post like every 3 days or every other day. It can be random. Or like if somebody's sick or somebody's really busy one day or you're already in a group, then we can switch it around. So no real rules regarding that. And regarding posts, we have the like a standard team post. So 30 straight days of like Motivation Monday or Tasty Tuesday or, Workout Wednesday things. And you can choose from that. I will provide everyone with that. It's also in our Team Supercharged page. But I want it to be more fun. So you guys are kind of new, but I've been doing like the same posts in the same groups all the time. And so it just kind of gets repetitive. So I have more fun recently just kind of doing whatever I feel like when I wake up. So I'll post like about how I'm feeling or like how Easter was and like what they indulged in. And I think when you do that, more people participate just because it's not always Motivation Monday or always Workout Wednesday, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So any questions on that stuff so far?
No.
Okay.
It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I think it should be. A lot of people had questions though, which is why I wanted to put this meeting together. So a few things that I wanted to go over as well is we need a name for the group. And again, depending on how many groups we have, if we have 1 or 2, we can name it the same thing or different things. I asked Erin already, and she was thinking April Sweat Showers was one. And or like Spring into Fitness is always a good one. Do you guys have any? I should have told you guys before to prepare.
No.
Or do you guys like either one of those?
Yeah.
I like the funny one. The April
sweat shower.
I think
I
they're
like that
fun.
one.
Okay.
I like this. What happened was that I was going to host a group on April 20th, and then I kind of deleted it because I was waiting for the meeting.
Okay.
Just because I didn't want to like advertise a name that no one knows about, you know.
So,
Sorry.
No, that's not at all. So then we'll go with April sweat showers, and I will be creating an event, but for me, my events cap out at 500 people that I invite. So you guys can either invite people to my event, or you can create your own event, and you can copy everything. Like, we can all have the same, I can make like a cover photo and the same description and stuff. I think it might be better if we each create our own, just because if people see that it's your event, they're more likely to go.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if you just don't have time or just want to use my group, then you can invite your people to mine.
Okay.
So I think that we should make challenge packs required for this. Typically all my challenge groups have a required challenge pack. And I think sometimes when, especially if it's your first group, then it's uncomfortable to turn people away, especially if they could be like your first client. But challenge packs is really where all of the value is for everyone. They will see more results and they'll feel better. You guys will get Success Club points and you'll get more commission and all of that. So I think that we should really push challenge packs. And the ones on sale this month are PIO, the PIO Kickstart, and P90X3. So you can always go for those. Or 21 Day Fix is one of the ones that I recommend to almost everyone, just because it's super effective and a lot of people need help with portion control, and it's one of the cheapest ones. So that's one that I usually promote, but any of them are fair game.
Okay. I have like one person just purchased the PIO, and then I have another person that purchased the T25.
Oh, nice.
So I have two already. Just because T25 was on sale last month, so I was like, you have to do it now.
Yeah. Did you get the sale price?
Yeah, she got the sale price.
Nice.
Yeah. But she was like waiting till after her comps, and I was like, no, you can't wait. You have to do it now.
That's funny. I had somebody order Turbo Fire, I think it was April 3rd, and she still got the sale price.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sometimes they keep it up a little bit later, but you never know when they're going to take it down. And they're supposed to take it down to like at 11:59 p.m., the last day of the month, but
right. Okay. That's funny.
So the other thing I was going to go over is just how to promote a challenge group. I think that it's pretty basic, but I'll just share what I do. And then if you guys have had success doing something else or have questions, you can jump in. But how I start my challenge groups is by creating an event. And that's what I was talking about earlier. You guys can use the same cover photo, the same description and everything. And with my events, I invite my entire friends list. And since I cap out at 500, sometimes I'll do 2 events, just to invite more people. And I also have a group where I just post kind of like a challenge group, but it's more laid back. I just post healthy recipes, and that's where I do my 7-day free challenges. And if you guys have a group like that where you just keep adding people in, especially people who weren't ready maybe a month ago to buy a challenge pack, you can go to the events tab in the group and create an event. And that way, every single person in the group will get invited. So that's easier for invites, at least. So you can do that, events first. And to be honest, I do get a lot of feedback from my events. And I reach back out to everyone who responds that they accepted it or that they will maybe join. I'll reach back out to everyone I usually get, like, if 25 people accept it, usually only 3 to 5 people actually commit. So you want to keep pushing for more numbers because that means more conversations. And, you know, there's always a reason why someone isn't ready to join. So anyone who isn't ready to join, you can just reach out to in a month or 3 or whenever. Another way that I promote my challenge groups that works better than events is reaching out to people. Because a lot of people that you invite to your events will not see your event invitation, and you might miss people. So what I would suggest doing is think of 50 people that might want to join you. And 50 sounds like a lot, so you can start with like family friends, college people that you went to school with, people you played soccer with, like anything like that. And then what I do once I like come up with my whole list and run out of people, then I just scroll Facebook and see who's posting. And I see, it's kind of creepy, but I see who I'm already friends with online. And anyone who's on the web, you can see, I send a message to. And I have exactly like scripts of what I send to people based on who they are in Team Supercharged in the Files tab. But I just send messages, like if they had just posted something about their newborn baby, I'll message them and try and catch up and see how they're doing with the baby and then ask if they want to join a group. Or if I played elementary school soccer with them, I'll just like see if they're playing soccer still, and usually they're not, but like a conversation starter, you know. And the worst thing is that they're going to say no or ignore you, and that's fine too, as long as you're reaching out to people. Oh, and there is some ratio, I think. It's like for every 50 people you reach out to, you'll get 5 challengers. I don't think that's true. I think if you're reaching out to 50, you're definitely going to get more. But it's just that idea that you want to go for no. You want like 50 no's so that you get those 10 yeses. So don't feel like if you reach out to 30 people and they've all said no, that you should stop and you're not going to sell anything, because you will. You just need to find the right people.
Right.
And then the last thing I do is I post about my groups. I try to do, well, if I'm pushing really hard for a group, I'll do 3 posts a week, usually on the weekend, Monday night when people are still feeling the effects from the weekend, and then like on Thursday, that's either payday or right before payday. And those posts, I try to make it different. Sometimes I'll just do a simple text post, like I'm looking for 5 women who are serious about getting fit. Who's in? And then anyone who likes it or comments on it, I'll reach out to. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'll do a photo. So maybe tonight I'll try and create a photo that we can all use with the same name and stuff. And you can just be creative. I think there's challenge group invitation posts in Team Supercharged as well underneath the photos that you can check out. But that's really it. So I do the events, I do posts, and then most of all, I reach out to people, and that's really where I get people interested. So any questions, or for those of you that have groups, do you have any feedback or concerns or anything like that?
No, I mean, the only thing I struggle with is getting from, like, I do the whole, like, talk to them about, like, their job and their, you know, everything like that. And then it's, like, getting to that next step where you're just, like, you know that this is, you know, what are you doing for workouts? Or they'll tell me that they're doing whatever for workouts. And it's like, well, that's, you know, do you want to see better results? Like, I have a hard time doing that. Like, cause I don't want to be pushy, you know, cause you don't want to sound like that. But, like, I had one girlfriend from work. She literally, I felt like she must have known that I became a Beachbody coach because it was on Facebook. And then the other day she's like, oh, Christine, after your talk with me about the clean eating, I went out and I bought P90X. And I was like, oh no. Like, you know, like, where did I go wrong? That's what I said to myself. Yeah. You know, I'm so happy for her, but I'm having a hard time doing that part. Like, talking to them and then kind of just giving them that sales pitch.
So then is your problem area going from like catching up to bringing up fitness,
Mm-hmm.
or from going to like talking about fitness but not knowing where to like pitch something?
No, it's going from like catching up to then talking about fitness.
Okay. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll spend one conversation just completely catching up. And if usually they'll ask like, what are you doing these days or something like that. And if they do ask that, that's where I jump in and I say, I work for GE full time, but I'm a fitness coach on the side. And I love fitness coaching because I get fit and help others, or just like something really short, nothing like bombarding them with information. And
Right.
usually they'll ask about that, or they'll say like, I've heard or I've seen your posts, or like something like that. And I try, if they do that, that's an easy way, because you can then, I ask questions. I say, oh, thanks. Like, are you trying to reach any goals right now?
Okay.
Questions are my way of getting over any hurdle. Like if it's money, I'll ask like, what they're spending money on. So like, do they get Starbucks every day, or do they go tanning? You know, like if they can make it work. And especially for jumping from catching up into something, I find that segment, if it is available, like telling them what I do, and then I'll say, what are your fitness goals? Or have you seen my posts about my fitness groups? Or how's your nutrition going? Or I'm following this new nutrition plan. This is what I think about it.
Okay. Okay.
And if they don't like ask you what you're doing, or if they don't like give you anything to go off of, what I do is I just finish that conversation. I'll like catch up with them, and then in a couple days I'll reach back out to them specifically about fitness, and I'll say, hey, I'm running a group on April 20th, and I thought that you would really want to join because we kind of talked about it, or I just thought you'd want to join.
Okay.
So
That sounds good. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I know the money issue is a big one. I think all of you have had that. Have you found like any ways around it, or what seems to work well for you guys?
I just kind of said, okay. I just kind of use whatever you remember. You have that in that supercharged combo. One of the responses I just copy and I paste, and I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
You know, because I get a little frustrated. Just because it is really a good value, and I just get, you know, it's not that much money considering the fact how expensive gyms are at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to like justify it all. I just basically copy and paste. But I also feel like sometimes when they use the money as a reason, it sometimes is more of like an excuse. And I'm kind of using the philosophy that until they're ready, until they want to be committed, I can't push it, you know, because if they're not invested, then they're not going to participate, and then they're not going to see the results, and then they're just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm really looking for people that are like really like committed. Like my older sister, I love her, but she wants to buy one of the products, but she had me like pricing things, and I said to my mom, I go, I can't do this because she's obviously not serious. Because if you want it badly, you do that, you know, you make sacrifices.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I look at it.
You're right, because people that aren't ready, even if they do purchase and you're like pulling tooth and nail for them to purchase, they're not going to participate. They're not going to see results. And then they're going to cancel their Shakeology, and your odds of them turning into a coach is slim to none. So yeah,
Right.
It's hard turning people away, but if you say, you know what, now is not a good time for you, I completely understand, I'll reach out to you in 2 months or whatever to see if it's a better time, then they're going to see your post, they're going to see that you're serious about it, they're going to see that your clients are seeing results, and eventually they will be ready.
Yeah. And it kind of happened at work, and that's someone who just bought the Pio. She was like, well, you know, with all the, like she had like a bunch of excuses. I said, oh no, that's completely fine. And like, I'm not going to pressure. I have to see you every single day. What do I care? You know? Yeah. That's kind of how I look at it. I'm like, okay, whatever. But I will say that about my challenge groups. Like I was an active participant in the challenge groups, and I have a challenge group right now of 4, and 2 of them are like awesome. They post and everything like that. And then the other 2, I know them, so of course I'm like, you have to post. Like, hello, I text them. I'm like, you have to post. They're like, what? I have nothing to say. And I was like, how do you not have anything to say? So it's like, I don't want the other two to get like discouraged because two of them aren't participating, you know?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I get like a little worked up about the participation.
If they're feeling like they don't have anything to say, then if you're not already, I would ask a specific question. So like, or tell them what you want. Like every Tasty Tuesday, everyone share their Shakeology recipe, or ask a question like, are you working out today? And if so, what are you doing? Because they're really working out.
And I did that like after I listened to the last thing from you. I have been doing like where I kind of make up my own challenge posts. Like for Easter, for example, I was like, you know, obviously you're going to have cheat days. Did you indulge today or anything like that? Or did you exercise? So I kind of have, you know, kind of gone off the scripts, but
yeah,
I don't know. I don't understand. How hard is it to post?
I mean, you wouldn't believe it. I have a group right now with 12 people and 3 are responding. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm in it.
Yeah.
It's the one that I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I should be responding. I probably could, but I don't know.
It's like, so some groups are like that where people just, and in that group, there's people who have ordered from me in the past that wanted that more accountability that they're not even getting because they're not participating. And things like that. And there are groups that are just going to be dead for you. And there's things you can do like asking questions or even like calling people out and saying, like, Lauren, I saw that you posted a great Shakeology recipe. What is it? Or even if they're not posting, you can just say, Lauren, what workout did you do today? And other than that, one thing that I do find helps is adding another coach in the group and letting them know that you are adding them because you want them to participate. Because it's great that you have 2 out of 4 people participating, but you're right in that people will, or those 2 people will feel like, okay, I'm just one other person is responding. So adding a coach in you can add me if you want, and that might kind of liven it up.
Okay. That's why I'm really excited to do this because I was like, oh, great, because there'll be more people and I don't know, different perspectives.
More interaction.
Yeah. I actually have a file that I put together in the Team Supercharged Files tab, which is where everything is. But I forget what it's called. Oh, I think it's called Supercharge Your Challenge Groups or something.
Yeah.
Just give tips, basically what I just said, on how you can make your groups more interactive. So there's a bunch more there, like you can participate, make sure you're posting as well, even in your own comments and stuff. But take a look there. You can do like prizes and stuff. But
right.
Yeah,
this challenge group. I was like, well, I don't know. I'm not, rolling in the money right now to give prizes away.
Yeah, no, I didn't start doing prizes until like a few months ago. And then I was like, okay, well, I want it to be a good prize. So I was spending like probably $25 on each person, getting them like a tank top or a magazine subscription. And then I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, I can't just getting that.
Well, I got one of the t-shirts and I was like,
you did.
I was like, this is like really expensive. I felt like bad because I'm like looking for like a $10.
Yeah. I mean, because I wanted to get something that like I would be really excited about winning, but now I'm like, no. And so now what I do is you can get Shakeology cups you can get a 6-pack for like $15, which I think is pretty good because I think one is $9 or something. It's like ridiculously cheap. So I do that, and then I get the energy and endurance packets, which I forget. I think that there's 25 in it, and it might be like $20. And I just put one packet in a cup and send it out, which is still cool. But
that is awesome. But
I know one thing that I did. I went to Dick's Sporting Goods in their clearance section, and they had a bunch of cute headbands. So I got those that I'm going to use for my group.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Good idea.
Really
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, so if we want, we can add prizes into our groups. And we can talk more about that maybe at a different time. But like I don't think it was the same National Wake Up Call that they introduced this team challenge group idea, but what one person does to try and engage their groups is the first 2 weeks are just regular posting like we do. And then she said the third week she gives away a prize at the end of the week, and each person can earn points for themselves. So like if they work out, they get 2 points. If they drink Shakeology, they get 3 points. And someone gets a prize at the end. And then the fourth week, she pairs up people, and they can win something as a group. I've never done that, but we could try that out this time as well if you wanted. Okay. So I think that's it. Do you guys have any questions or anything? No?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
I did record this, so I'm going to share this with the people who couldn't join and just get like a final number of people. And from there, depending on how many people join, I'll split us into groups. And then I'll send you guys the invite as well that I use so that you can just copy and paste and use it all yourself too if you want.
Okay.
Great.
Cool.
Perfect.
Well, thanks so much for joining. If you guys have any questions along the way, or if anyone on the call has one of their downline coaches that want to participate as well, they're more than welcome. So just feel free to add them in.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
You too. Bye.